Alright, welcome back to the Crucible Brothers. My name is Lionhearts, and first things first today, guys, I'm a little bit under the weather, so my main man, my business partner Gumi, is coming off the bench. He's going to be doing quite a bit of the commentary today, especially because we are talking about arguably the best sniper rifle in the game, the newly reintroduced Beloved. Gumi is by far the better sniper. I'm quick to admit this at every chance I get, so he was also the first one to get his red borders completed, get the god roll, slap that Trials ornament right on it, and he's been playing with it ever since. And now we've had some time to play with it, review some of the perk combinations, see what's going on out there. We're ready to sit down and talk about it. We're not just going to talk about the weapon, review it, talk about the best perk combinations, what you should be going for. We're also going to take a second at the end of this video and talk a little bit about why Beloved is or is not the theoretically perfect sniper in the game, and whether you should be going out of your way to grind for it unless you have preferences otherwise. So before we get into it, make sure you guys take a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content. We are fast approaching 10,000 subscribers. We're getting there more and more every day. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, just do it. It doesn't cost you a single damn thing. Make sure you leave a comment as well, as it helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And let's get right to the video. Now, Gumi, tell us a little bit more about the Beloved.
No. Alright, fine, I will. Hi, my name is Gumi, and as Lion correctly pointed out, I am the better sniper out of the two of us, and will always be. So it makes total sense for me to step in and talk about our beloved. It returns to us as a fully craftable, souped-up, modded, streamlined variant, featuring its familiar stats and zoom that we all used to crutch on, and still do, with a host of returning and new perks with enhanced variants. The grind for the red border Beloved is admittedly the worst aspect of this weapon, but as the weeks go on, the grind becomes easier and easier and easier. If you play consistently enough, you will no doubt eventually get what you need, and once you are there, it's one and done, no RNG involved to make your perfect roll and move on. Speaking of these rolls, let's kick back to Lion for a quick and dirty roll breakdown.
Yep, and when it comes down to perks, it seems like Bungie were going out of their way to pretty much give you every single option you could want, minus one key thing on this sniper rifle. The big thing that Beloved is missing, and one thing that other snipers will hold over it, is the lack of opening shot. Opening shot is a game changer. It is arguably the best perk on snipers alongside snapshot, and it is absent here. But we pretty much have every other relevant option. In the left column, you have three major choices. You have firmly planted, no distractions, and of course the king, snapshot sights. In the right column, you actually have four choices depending on your playstyle preferences. You have quick draw, the newly added incandescent, box breathing, and moving target. All of these are viable, and you can do a lot of different combinations here. Recently, in this past season, snapshot was changed slightly so that it is no longer the guaranteed fastest way to aim down sights. They also buffed the base aim down sight speeds of snipers, so if you don't want to be super reliant, you could just say no snapshot on this weapon and go for something like firmly planted, which gives you that terminal aim assist when you crouch, or you can even easily justify no distractions because of the recent changes to stability and flinch. No distractions stacking with unflinching mods and high resilience and high stability can make you basically unbeatable, especially if you are a controller user. So really, you could make an easy case for something like no distractions, box breathing, no distractions, moving target, firmly planted box breathing, firmly planted moving target. But the overall best rolls you're going to be going for are going to include snapshot and any of those four right column choices we just mentioned to you. Now, there is one choice on the right side that we personally feel is a bit of a bait, and it's because it's a holdover from the last time the Beloved was here, and that is quick draw. Quick draw is not a necessary perk in our opinion. Yes, it gives you that super fast swap speed, but that's all you are getting, and you can accomplish that with dexterity, fitting aspects, Dragon, Shadow, and Hunter. Really, if you're a Titan main, it makes a lot of sense to go with quick draw, but for the other two classes, it just really doesn't, especially when the utility of the other perks in the right column are brought into question. Incandescent is Dragonfly that's arguably better and doesn't need to be a precision hit to proc. It spreads a lot of burn damage. It can create multi-kills in certain scenarios. It's just great for overall chip when you're getting picked, especially in a game mode like Trials of Osiris. Cool Guy highlighted it in his video. Incandescent is amazing. But for our money, the best pick in the right column is by far Boxed Breathing. Don't sleep on this perk. Enhanced Boxed Breathing alongside Enhanced No Distractions gets the benefit of proccing faster. Before, it would take around a second to proc, but now it's within less than half a second of you scoping in. You get all the benefits of Boxed Breathing. And keep in mind, adaptive snipers do not one-shot supers. Boxed Breathing allows you to do that. And even in your normal engagements, Boxed Breathing is like a discount opening shot. It gives you a ton of aim assist on that shot. It makes it so unbelievably sticky in a way that moving target does kind of similarly, but without the cost of the super strafe. Speaking of, moving target is great as well, but honestly, if you're not like a Dragon Shadow main or someone who runs Mida plus a lightweight weapon all the time, this strafe speed could be a little jarring at first. You're going to overpeak a lot of corners until you get comfortable with it, and when you consider that box breathing gives you arguably the same benefits without changing your previous muscle memory, we believe the box breathing is simply the better choice. All 4 of these perks, justifiable, but honestly, the best roll you're going to get, in our opinion, fluted barrel or small bore, ricochet rounds, snapshot, enhanced box breathing, enhanced snapshot as well, by the way, don't let me forget that. This roll does a little bit of everything perfectly. Combine that with stability, combine that with unflinching mods, combine that with a targeting mod, and you are just ready to go. And with our new magic stick in hand, Gumi, what does it feel like?
Oh, it feels good. Everything about the sniper is just streamlined. The models are not too big, it doesn't take up too much space, the scope is very clean and clear with a nice small dot, and since the zoom and aim assist changes, low zooms finally don't feel like garbage again. Beloved really does throw back to an aggressive sniping felt at its peak. Even with box breathing, you don't have to fully commit to the lane lifestyle to get its benefits. And being able to snipe supers or get extra aim assist in modes like Trials is clutch. The combination of best-in-class aim assist, high stability, and with the right build crafting makes Beloved very flinch-proof, even more so for controller users abusing reticle friction. Beloved is just a well-oiled machine, and only certain snipers, mainly adepts like Uzume or Eye of Soul, or high impacts like Silicone Aroma can really compete with this, purely due to their adept mods and the benefits of high impact versus adaptive snipers.
And yeah, that really leads nicely into the last part of this video, and that is the question of whether Beloved, and really you can also apply this to Austringer, are these weapons technically perfect, and are they centralizing for the game now that they are craftable? Because obviously, this is a lot of power that, relatively speaking, is easy to access, compared to something like Uzume or Eye of Soul, where you're going to be grinding for random rolls, and even more so for random adept rolls. Really, once you get your frames, you get a perfect weapon that has best-in-class stats and perks, right? So does that mean you don't need any other snipers anymore? Yes and no, and a lot of it boils down to preference, right? Sniping is probably the most preference-based choice in Destiny, because more or less, the stats don't make a huge amount of difference outside of zoom, aim assist, and now stability. So if you already have something like, say, a God Roll Shepherd Watch in your kinetic slot, like Under Pressure Snapshot, you may still prefer that over a perfect Beloved, and who's to say you're wrong for choosing that, right? What I'm getting at is that stuff like hand cannons and snipers already dominate usage stats in the Crucible. It's just that now most players have a direct path to very good options in that slot, so you're going to see the majority of players running Beloved Austringer. That's no different than them running Palindrome and an Eye of Soul, or a Fatebringer and a Fugue 55, really, because all of those weapons do, relatively speaking, the same thing. It's just the Beloved and the Austringer take you to that path the fastest. So it can appear centralizing, but it's more so the role that those weapons play in their archetypes than necessarily the weapons themselves. I would classify Beloved and Austringer mainly as jack of all trades and masters of quite a few, but not all. You can still justify high impact snipers and some of the other options in the adaptives. Maybe you like Cloud Strike or Father's Sin or Twilight Oath. You know, rapid fire still very much have a place in the game. Maybe you don't even like traditional snipers. You prefer scout rifles, or you're an ungodly heathen who likes the Rents or Arbalist. You still have those choices. It's just Beloved stands out as your easiest path to an S tier option in that playstyle of long range engagements. So do we recommend Beloved? Yeah, I think that should be obvious, but don't feel like you have to get it, especially if you don't like the weapon. Sometimes you're just going to pick it up and you might not enjoy it. You might not enjoy the scope, you might not enjoy the zoom, maybe you enjoy other models better, but still at the end of the day, there's no doubt it's an S tier sniper. The Beloved is amazing and it's glad to be back. And that is the end of this review, guys. If you like it, make sure you leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below. What is your favorite sniper in the game right now? Is it Beloved, or do you go out of your way to use other choices? Are you one of those guys who can't let go of Adored and still use it over Beloved? Maybe you are. Let us know in those comments down below. Every comment helps out immensely. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to help us reach 10,000 subscribers as fast as possible. My voice is quickly failing me, so I'm going to go down some NyQuil and space out. You guys are real. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!